So today we're going to talk about splitting and potting up aloe plants. So I went to a local nursery and they had these beautiful aloe plants on, not on sale, but on a retail. And I think they charged me like $8 for this. But what I know I was looking at
Mommy?
was that there were several plants in there. This is not just one plant. And so I bought like almost all of them. And because I have tried to mash, have, a pretty good idea about what I want to do and how I want to take care of aloe. And I did a video on this. So basically I said, just leave it alone. Right. But, I really, these plants need to be up potted. And, so the soil that, whatever soil they used in, the potting of these plants are just incredible because it's very, very loose. It's easy to pull the pups apart from the mother plant. And I'm going to show you what all that is in just a second. And so I have some seed starting soil or mix. All I did was pour it into my wheelbarrow, mix it with some soil because most seed starting mixes are peat moss and perlite. And peat moss, if you know anything about peat moss, it is very, very, it takes a minute for it to absorb the water, okay? And so I just poured it in my wheelbarrow here, and I'll show you that right here. And then I just mixed it with some water, okay? I did not put any fertilizer in this at all. You can, I mean, but it's just, I just didn't. So what I'm doing now is just pulling all of the pups apart from the mother plant, and I'm going to put each individual pup in a pot. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So there's one plant in here, and the biggest one is probably the mother plant, and then what happens is it produces other plants called pups, okay? And so you can pull those apart and pot those up. So that's what I'm doing here. And so this is the root system, very, very small. And believe it or not, I mean, it was time for these to come out, but they could have stayed in this pot for a little longer, and you would think, oh my gosh, they get root bound. Aloe is very forgiving, I feel. And so I wouldn't freak out too much about it if you couldn't up pot very, very soon. But this is what the root ball looks like on these plants, and it was time. These could come out of there, but they could also stay. And you see how loose the soil is falling off of there. But all you do to separate is just hold the plant in your hand, take an individual plant or a pup, and just pull it apart. It's very, very simple. Now I'll try to do that again so you can see better. Whoever potted these, I'm very grateful that whatever soil mix they used, which looks like peat moss and perlite. Perlite is just that round white ball stuff in your soil, but they did really well. So I have a piece here that's not just rotted. I'm gonna try to tear that off and just toss it. Look at this little baby. Look at this little baby. Aww. Look at it. Isn't it cute? So each of these are going to go in its individual pot. Now I have like half-gallon pots here. I think they're half-gallon, and I'll show you those in just a second. And oh my gosh, there are so many pups on this plant. So look at there. There's a little bitty one starting. You see it? But I'm just going to gently pull it apart. Gently, gently. And it doesn't even have much of a root system. That's okay. That's okay. Several. That one kind of broke off. But I think I'm going to experiment with that and put it in some water. You can put it back in the soil. Just make sure the soil is wet. And it should be fine. And then there's one on its own there. So these are the pots that I'm using to put the bigger ones in. And then I'll go down from that significantly. But these are, I do believe, half gallon, maybe a gallon, but I think they're half gallon pots. And I've already pre-moistened the soil. Aloe doesn't need a whole lot of water. It is a cactus type plant, and so you don't have to use tons and tons of water it every single day, every other day, even once a week, about a cup of water, probably do. But the one that I have outside, I've really left it alone and let nature kind of do its thing. I notice if it starts to turn brown, it gets like this brown purplish tinge, that can either mean that you've overwatered it or not watered it enough. But I know that I don't even water these. So these I've had sitting on the porch for a long time. So when I noticed they were getting brown, I just gave them a little bit of water and they turned green again. So that tells me that I've underwatered, or it's time to water, and it's been time to water. And so that's worked out for me pretty well so far. So let me pull the rest of these apart from the mother plant, and then we'll get to potting up. Look at this little guy. So cute. Try to go down just a little bit more and get a little bit of root for him. And then we'll count and see how many plants we actually got from this one pot. And so if anybody lives local, if you all want an aloe plant, holler at me, inbox me, email me at barefootgardening@gmail.com. I am not shipping these. Again, if you're local, you're more than welcome to come on by. So this looks like the mother plant here. Okay. And I'm going to put her in a different pot. I might even put her back in this pot, you know. There's plenty of space in there for her to grow. So I might just do that. For now, I'm going to do that too. So let's count and see how many plants we actually got from her. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I got 19 total plants from Miss Lady Aloe. Isn't that cool? 19 plants from one mother plant. And she probably will continue to produce more. So that's a great buy, number one. And number two, a great opportunity to propagate and grow more plants. Now, I haven't done this in the past. Aloe can be used for all kinds of different things. You can make hand sanitizer by adding some alcohol to it. And of course, you have to process it. So you have to peel it, peel the skin, just get you a spoon and scrape out the flesh. Maybe put it in the food processor, add your sanitizing agent to that, and boom, you have some hand sanitizer. You can add, scent to it if you want, lavender, whatever you want to add. It doesn't matter, mint as well. You can use it. People ingest it. I probably won't do that. But also people use it on their hair, and that's something that I want to try, especially on Little Big Girl Farmer's hair. We both have the same type of hair texture, and very dry all the time. We soak up moisture. So I was looking into how to utilize the aloe plant in that way. And so there's all kinds of different ways. You can use, the most common usage, I think, is for issues or skin issues, particularly sunburn. So it's great to have an aloe plant or two hanging around. Um, I have not been through, yes, I have been through a winter with aloe. So the one I have over by the greenhouse, I just put her in the green, gave her a cup of water every so often, and she did fine. Right in on top of a cinder block. And I think what I was trying to do was, the cinder block will hold some heat. And so I just wanted to see if that would work, and it seemed to do okay. So the greenhouse was closed, and and it seemed to work out. And yeah, I'm just checking the time here. So now I'm going to put my bigger aloe plants in these half-gallon pots. I think it's a half-gallon or a gallon. Gosh, I keep wanting to. It's kind of hard to tell here. Let's see. I thought it would tell me on the bottom. Yeah, I can't see. So anyway, I'm gonna put the bigger ones in here, and then like this guy here. So it's really easy to do. So again, I have pre-moistened seed starting mix in here. You can use the cactus mix. The cactus mix is just a loomy soil that has, it's a potting mix that has more sand in it, really. So I'm just gonna drop. Look at that mosquito, y'all. They are eating me up. Look at that guy. Can you see him? I killed him right there. But all right. Shake it, press it down. And then whoever purchases this plant, you don't have to replant it for a long time. You can just use this pot. Okay? And now I'm going to press down all the way around and make sure that it's really in there. Snug and tight. A little bit. Give it a little wiggle room. It's fine. So, but that's it. Perfect aloe. So it's really, really simple. Really simple process. I'm so glad to finally be able to do this. It's been a minute. And again, I'm not fertilizing, but you can if you would like. And I would just use, if you got granular fertilizer, you can just use a 555 or a fish emulsion. You can use that. And fish emulsion is high in nitrogen, so it's really good. Making your plants green. Done. All right. And then for the little guys, for the sake of timing, I'll probably just put a few of them. And here's a pot from inside the house that I haven't used. Probably put these guys inside of this. This soil is very dry, but perfect for these little guys. So I'm just gonna stick them in here, cover them up, kind of babysit them on my porch here. I'll let you see once I get them in here. And then we'll pot these up. I'll put them in separate pots on a later date. You see them? Yeah. So I have some water over there. So I'll give them a little bit of water and then just let them be. But for the others, I'm going to use like a 4-inch pot for this one. and probably get another half-gallon pot for this guy. So it's up to you. I mean, there's no real true, um, way to do it. Just give it some more room to grow. That's all you're doing. Just giving it some more room to grow. But yeah, I think that's about it. I just wanted to share that, and I hope everybody's doing well. Hello, Loretha. I just watched a CNBC story that featured you. Yeah, great job educating others on the importance of being able to grow your own food, and I love your personality. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Yeah, CNBC was quite a treat. That opportunity just literally fell in my lap. And I'm so glad that I was able to do that. And just, I tell everybody, don't turn down a speaking engagement. What if people ask you to speak or tell a story, you should do that. And believe you me, I was nervous about it. I usually shake the nerves after about 30 seconds or so in the conversation, but gosh, that one made me really nervous. But yeah, there's more to come on that. I'd love to talk about issues that I think we should talk about as it relates to agriculture. Gardening is one thing. But people do go through a lot to garden sometimes, even in their local communities. There may be ordinances or laws or rules that you have to combat with because your space looks different than the typical space. The green grass lawn. And so if your grass is higher than 10 inches or 80 inches or something like that, you might get citation and then fined for that. And that happens a lot here in our city. And so it's a thing. And especially when you're trying to use your property to have a market garden or to a homestead, you just want a homestead. Things look different than everybody else, and people have questions about it. And so I'm just trying to educate myself, really. I'm learning a lot, and then I just want to share that with other people. I think it's important to not keep secrets. And so if there's something that I can share that is helpful to someone, then I'm going to share it. So I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what I know. Try to be as factual as possible. But I also want to share my opinion because I feel like I should be able to do that here. And I'm very grateful for everyone's support, and your comment was incredible. Thank you so much. That makes me feel really good. So yeah, but I'm going to wrap it up. I actually have a gardening coaching call to do with a new gardener. And so feel free to check out my website if you haven't already, www.barefruitgrow.com. And you can go to the About tab and then press, and you can see all of most of, I think I got them all on there, podcasts, news releases, press releases, other conversations, radio conversations that I've been in with other groups of people that I'm involved with in the community as it relates to agriculture and farming and market gardening, urban farming as well. And all that can be found there. Thank you all so much for watching. I love y'all. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out.